rather not
do all
imagine that
stuff.
actually.
Yeah.
I decline to imagine.
Yeah, because because they don't gain enough life here. So moving to our next match. On your left, we got John Mytinger playing blue-white control against Clair Bigelow playing mono green, a deck that we have seen a lot of over the course of this weekend.
It's been on camera before?
Yes,
That's
it
strange.
has. Magic League is having a real effect on things here. As people are playing a lot of this deck, here's a Supreme Verdict, however, to clear up Mistcutter Hydra Experiment 1 and 2.
Those were the wrong-sized experiment ones. We really want those guys to be 3/3s. I don't like committing 2 to the board when I can't get them to 3/3. It feels
yeah. There's a Elvish Mystic and pass the turn back. And I'll take a look at John's board right now. He's got a couple of detention spheres. What are they on? Well, one's on a Colonial Tusker. The other one is on a gorgeous Garruk Caller of the Beast.
It is.
But that is not the spot where you want your Garruk to be if you're Clair Bigelow.
John has 2 Mutavaults, so that Elvish Mystic's not getting anywhere anytime fast. But John also has a Sphinx's Revelation in his hand. So he appears to be what we call a head.
Yes.
I would say.
That is the term that we use here in the booth.
The favorite.
Here's 6 mana. What is this going to be used for?
It's going to be a Dead Bridge Goliath onto Elvish Mystic.
Hey, gotta start somewhere.
Oh no, it's already gone. Never mind.
All right, well, that's not what's going to happen.
That.
You see the one that's exiled off.
I assumed this had already happened.
Yeah.
I figured he had the second one in the bin, but nope, not the case. So instead, what are we going to do?
Oh, what's in the grip? All right, there's a Tusker and just pass back. Revelation. That's going to be for 5.
Sank. 1. Ratchet Bomb's good. Plains is meh. Azorius Charm's the nut. I don't know what the Rapid Hybridization was. That other card? Wow.
And a Divination.
All right, pretty good rev for John. And another rev off the top. Rev. All right, so he can just flip that one around. We can move on.
Yeah.
So is this going to be good enough?
Yeah. We had big rev. Now we're about to have bigger rev.
Yeah.
After he unloads these cards one by one, and then we'll be working our way towards biggest rev, which no one ever really comes back from.
No.
Tough spot here if you're Bigelow. Again, I don't think this is a matchup that's very favorable for the mono green deck. Outside of resolving a Garruk, which Bigelow did do, but that was immediately answered, I think it's a very, very difficult matchup for him.
I think that it could be fine. Like, you have to kind of figure out a plan against it, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I agree, configured in the main deck, you're just a dog. But that doesn't mean that the options don't exist to flip things around. I'm not sure what that option could be. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you can do something like add a color even. Like, red is not that unreasonable to add. You've already got those Burning Tree Shamans that some of these lists are running. Or Burning Tree Emissaries, sorry. And, you could definitely run some red cards if there were any that actually give you an edge here. Trying to imagine what we might have access to. That's the immediate thing that comes to my mind.
Tusker comes into the red zone. John thinks for a while and says, you know what? I'm going to double block with my Mutavaults, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to take care of the Tusker, leave me with 1 Mutavault. Yeah, I'm going to lose a land for my Revelation, but you lose a Tusker, and that's good enough for me. Ratchet Bomb going to tick up to 1 on Bigelow's end step, as John is going to draw a card. He draws a Plains for the turn. Just again, working its way towards another Sphinx's Revelation.
Yep, just needs to actually put some of these cards to use.
No.
The problem is he's so far ahead, he doesn't really want to cast any of them.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, he's just looking for a win condition, of which he does have 2 copies of Aetherling, and he also has 2 copies of Elspeth, Sun's Champion. Either one will get it done right now. Yeah, Piven, might make things a little bit a little bit more difficult, but Sphinx's Revelation will make things more difficult for Bigelow.
He's going to rev for 6. He's going to put him to 18 and put him most of the way through the deck.
Frostburn Weird, Azorius Charm, a couple of lands, a Dissolve, and a Detention Sphere. That'll take care of the needle. Yeah, I guess Ratchet Bomb will take care of the needle.
I think we're just done here at this point.
Well, coming back will be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough. John has a counterspell. He's already ahead. He draws a Jace, I believe that is. That's going to pull him even farther ahead. This is one of those games where it's going to be a slow but inexorable descent for Clair. I don't think he has much to pull him out other than, a really good Garruk after the other Garruk he's going to draw gets countered. That would be my guess.
It's going to take a little runner, as they say.
Oh, we even have another Detention Sphere? Ouch, we're going to have to find a fade. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's uphill. It's uphill, I think.
To say the least.
That's one way to describe it. Well, let's see what John elects to do. He plussed his Jace. Appears to be debating either his cleanup step or another play. Looks like it's another play in the form of Frostburn Weird.
All right, might as well get that thing out there and established. That's hard enough for the old mono green deck to be able to attack through at this juncture.
He has access to the Mutavault on defense. He's got some. He's got an Azorius Charm in his hand, a Detention Sphere in his hand. And a Dissolve in his hand. He's ready for whatever Clair wants to bring.
Has it all. Got that forest, his Mutavault covered.
Man,
it's a Texas Mutavault, by the way.
Yeah, I can respect. Clair takes some serious pride in his deck. I can tell. You know, he's got these sweet unhinged forests, these Texas foil Mutavaults, this SCGCLE Garrick. That's a sizable game.
You don't see these. You don't see those Mutavaults every day, by the way.
Well, maybe you don't.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, buddy. Yep. Just rolling in it, huh?
Some of us sort cards every now and again.
That's true. That's true. I just look at him on the internet, that's all. Hollow Fountain from John for his land drop for the turn. You know, how aggressively does he want to dig to find an answer to actually get this game over with? Again, he's sitting up 1. Clock is in his favor. Pretty much everything's in his favor right now, as he's ticking Jace up, too.
Yeah. Worth pointing out is John is already up a game. Yeah. So he does not actually need to rush to close things out. He can just take his time to make sure to lock out every single thing Clair could possibly do. He doesn't need to adopt a riskier game plan in order to notch a win with the time winding down.
Divination going to resolve here. Josh drawn an Elspeth Sun Champion and a land. Elspeth will likely be good enough to get the job done, but you see he's just going to leave his shields up again.
Exactly what
no
I'm saying.
Reason to make a move here and walk into something. You know, there aren't a lot of things that Clair can have. We know that Bigelow doesn't have anything that he can do to stop this, but better safe than sorry.
Yeah, why cast the Elspeth now when we can untap and cast it with Dissolve next turn? There's just no reason not to.
You see in Bigelow's hand, he has a Fade, or excuse me, he has a Reverent Hunter. He's looking to draw a Fade. Not that it would resolve, of course, but he would like to be able to draw a Fade.
He's got high hopes.
You know, that was not good. Not good. You singing, not good.
I think it's delightful.
No, well, everyone is allowed to have their opinion.
That's true.
Myself included.
Also true.
John cycles an Azorius Charm on the end step. I think he drew an Aetherling and a land. Jace is going to go up.
It's a gross display of power.
Yeah. You see Bigelow's going to take a look at Jace, see exactly how the ultimate works there. It doesn't come up very often.
Doesn't really do anything, to be quite frank, even in this matchup.
And I don't think it's going to end up coming up very much here because now 6 mana is being tapped. Here's an Elspeth Sun's Champion. It's going up. 3 tokens are going to be coming out to the party. And it is closing time here for John.
She's not going to take long to end things.
No, she does not take long. Heck of a card there, Elspeth. It's kind of interesting because I think everyone knew that Elspeth was pretty good once it was released. The big question was, is 6 mana too much? Because that card can't cost 5 mana. It'd be too good at 5. So is it realistic to get to 6 mana? And it turns out, at least over the course of these past 2 weekends, that 6 mana is very, 6 mana is very obtainable.
Yeah, I think it might be too good at 6, to be honest. When I first saw it, I was not that impressed, but I was evaluating it in the context of some other Planeswalkers at the time, and then I realized that based on the way the format was actually going to shape up, it was going to be incredibly powerful because it's so good at defending itself, and it closes out games pretty quickly. I'm not saying it's like on the power level of Jace, but as far as winning a game, she's going to do it faster, maybe faster than Jace a lot of the time. And her defense is much sturdier than Jace. There's a reason she costs more.
Yeah.
Like her effects are very powerful.
Dissolve's going to take care of 1 Reverent Hunter. You see the one that does come into play, Devotion of 4. And you see Pithing Needle's going to take care of the Elspeth. There's a Ratchet Bomb there on 1 that's ready to be on cleanup duty to take care of not only the Needle, but the 2 Elvish Mystics as well. Yeah, and that's exactly what that's going to do. So clean all of that up. And Clair's going to pick up the rest of his permanents as well. So John Mytinger is going to win this match 2-0, move on to 7-1 with his blue-white control deck, defeating Clair Bigelow, knocking him out of top 8 contention, it looks like.